Hey everyone, it's Lisa the Homeschool Gardener. Welcome to my channel. So on today's video, I want to give you a tour of my indoor grow room, seed starting area, whatever you call it, aka my office in the basement that I've converted to my indoor gardening area. So today I'm filming this February 11th, so I want to take you around the room, show you what seeds have germinated, what I've potted up, give you more of an in-depth look, talk to you a little bit about seedling care as well too, what you can expect when you pot things up and so forth. Have lots to show you, and then I'm also going to show you what I'm going to be starting over the next few days as well. I would love if you can subscribe to the channel. If you have any gardening friend, you know anybody that would enjoy this type of content, share it with them too as well. Would love if you can like the video as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So quick overview of everything. I got my desk that I use for potting up. Then the main things are over on this side. So here has my shelf with grow lights. Then I've got another one over there. And this is my secondary, well, third shelf, but that's empty right now. And then also, let me turn it around, do have another shelf over there, which empty walls, so I could have shelves there, but okay, it's hanging out right now. So let's give you a better look at each of the individual seedlings and talk a little bit about them. So let's start over here. So these are my eggplants that I potted up. These I started on 12/27 or something like that. A couple of things I want to show you about eggplants. Notice how nice and green the leaves are. So I noticed when you pot up eggplant, and I've noticed this over a couple of years, so it'll be nice and green, but sometimes when you pot it up initially, it might have a little bit of shock. See how that one looks a little bit yellow? So I've been fertilizing it, and eventually it looks like this. So that's pretty normal. So these are all Black Beauty eggplant for my plant sales. Notice, look, this one here is starting to convert over to the normal green, like how that one is, but looking pretty good. Over on this side is my scabiosa, which I had to repot it because the initial soil that I had it in, I had placed some biotone in it, and it retained too much water, and some of my seedlings didn't survive. So I repotted this, and it looks like they're rebounding. Eventually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch. Actually, I could probably do this one. See how it has a little area there? I'm going to go ahead and pinch this, and you're going to say, oh my god, you took out all this stuff. Don't worry. What's going to happen is this now encourages to have two shoots, so that would make the plant bushier. So I'm going to be doing the same thing to my eggplants once they get larger. So that's one way to make your eggplant, your plants like fuller. Over here I've got a bell pepper. This is, I had to reset my, jalapeno. I had to reset my jalapeno because again I had potting issues with the soil. Here I've got some alyssum. So if you notice, they're starting to pop out, and this one here I sowed on February 8th, February 11th, and you can see it already. I'll pop a picture of it on the screen. Here I have some ranunculus, the Persian variety, Persian pastel, I believe. I'm going to pop it on the screen so you can see it. My Billy Bobs, which I will again pop a picture so you can see it. They're looking really nice now, you guys. I potted those up. And this I sowed on January 1st. And so this is about a month and change. My lilies that we pre-sprouted that we pot up are sprouting. So let me show you a little bit better. I put one per container, and this one here I planted on January 21st. see how it's pre-sprouting. And this is the black lily. I think it's called Nandini, I believe. I'll pop a picture of it on the screen. My Kogan dahlias have not sprouted yet. Oh, I take it back. Okay, let's show you a little bit, show and tell you guys. See the little green sprout right there? That's it, it's sprouted. Wonder if this one over here has anything. Nope, not yet with this one here, but as you can see, my lilies have sprouted. My dahlia is starting to sprout. So all in all, not too bad. Over on my top shelf, so I've got lisianthus. Notice all the green, and notice how this is a month and a half of growth, and that's all, month and a half of growth. This is quite normal for lisianthus to grow that slow. I'll pop the varieties on the screen as well so you can see them. My onions, so I've got yellow onion, red onion, onion shallot. I sowed this on January something. Let's see. Okay, I sowed this on 12/29. So my seedling for my onions were 12/29. So this is a month and a half worth of growth. I did snip the top. That's normal. You would snip the top. This is my first year successfully growing onions from seed, so I'm super excited. My Walla Walla did not sprout, so I reseeded some bunching onions here, which you can see them germinated. That one I planted on 125, so this is what, not that much germination. Oh, I see, there's a lot of little ones coming up here. Here are ranunculus that we potted up, and you might be able to see it in the previous videos. It's going along really nice. This is just one corm that I have here. I find that uppotting it really helps. Here I've got some columbine. Again, I'll pop the picture on it that I uppotted. Some celery here and some more ranunculus. And then I reseeded my jalapenos and my sweet pepper. They're a little bit dry. Let's go ahead and spritz it. So I had to reseed it because the first set that I potted up didn't do so well, and half of my seedlings, well, most of it didn't live. So I had to reseed them. So this is my jalapeno and my sweet pepper, and I seeded these about 2 weeks ago. One of my pride and joy, let's show you guys, this is my Dusty Miller seedling. Let me see if you can see. Do you see how the leaves are starting to turn white? So they're starting to get some true leaves. So this is ready for me to pot up. So I'm going to be potting it up this weekend. I think I got almost 100% germination rate on this one, but they are such beautiful seedlings. Got more coleus. I potted them up, but I have it extra, so that's my backup supply of coleus. In here I've got another container of coleus that I just seeded, so hopefully that will germinate. Do want to show you my sweet potato. So I usually pre-sprout my sweet potato using two different methods. The first one is in water. So I don't know if you can notice the little white. See if I can pull it up. Do you notice the little white? Do you see the little white roots? So that's all roots there. You can probably see it a little bit better. Right there. So what typically happens is it grows roots, and then the shoot comes up on top here, and I typically pot it up from there. I'll pop some pictures of what I did in the past so you can see it. But that's number one method. In my second one, I actually have pot up in soil over there. Moving on to my bottom shelf. Super proud of my pink salvia, which I'll put a picture of that one. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Gorgeous, isn't it? And my scabiosa, some of them did good too. Got some extra ranunculus. Potting up here because I needed some extra space. And then over here are all of my Gomphrena seedlings. And I had some extra space, so I potted up some coleus as well. Here are all of my peppers. So Tabasco, cayenne, pimento, orange habanero, red habanero. They're all here. These I planted, I think 1229, and I potted up last weekend. But they're looking really great. Peppers grow really slow. Over here is my ranunculus that I still have to pot up. I ran out of time the last time, so I started potting them up, but I didn't finish the whole thing. But they're looking really great. Get good germination on them. This weekend, that's my job, is to pot all of those up. But beautiful. And the rest of my ranunculus are in here that I need to pot up as well. I want to show you my peony that we potted up. This is the Festiva Maxima. And look at this, it's sprouting, everybody. Yay! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all I did was put it in some potting soil, barely cover it up, and then spritz it with some water and just put it on the grow light. And now it's growing on. This is my batch of jalapeno that I restarted as well. So another batch of jalapeno that I restarted. I have to get on a ladder so I can get to the top shelf so I can show you the other seedlings. So this is my broadleaf thyme, which I really need to trim because they're getting way too big. These we pre-sprouted in water in fall and we pot them up. And my alternanthera, look at that. Oh my goodness, beautiful, isn't it? I feel like I'm doing this seedling justice. These we also snipped and placed in water, and then we pot them up the first week in January, I believe. I do fertilize the seedlings every week or every 2 weeks. So over here I've got a bunch of dahlias, and I want to show you the echinaceas that we potted up. Look at that, you guys, they're sprouting. You see the little echinacea plant? So we potted these up on 2-1. It's 2-11 and they've sprouted already. Yay! Love seeing that. This one is also sprouted. And let's take a look at our dahlias. I have watered these and kept them moist. Nothing sprout except we do have a sprout actually. Now whether this is a dahlia plant or not, I don't think so. That looks like a mahogany splendor seedling. So no thing yet on my dahlia. Yep, that is a mahogany splendor hibiscus seedling. So no action yet on my dahlias. I'm going to poke around a little bit, see if there's anything. No, nothing yet. Okay, but echinaceas, yay. Okay, these are all coleuses. Let's take a look at these. Beautiful, isn't it? Over here are my foxgloves that we dug up from outside. And we potted them up. Beautiful, isn't it? I had some spider plants rooting in water and I decided to pot them up. So these are looking really nice too. Alright, now I know how to get free spider plants from my stash. All of these are actually free plants that are just seedlings I tossed and then propagation from my existing ones. Over here, I just potted up my nasturtium. All you see is a bunch of dirt. So I just potted them up 2 days ago. We soaked it and we potted them up. Alright, let's see what's going on in this shelf here. So I've potted up some of my pepper seedlings. Aren't they looking amazing? Oh my god, this is my orange habanero. Cafe La Dahlia at Pike, so got a pack. Potting them up, one for me, one for my mom. And then look at all of my pepper seedlings. Oh my goodness. And my Turkish eggplant. Potted up my Turkish eggplant, so that's looking pretty good too. Back here are some of my anemones and ranunculus that I actually got to pot up. So let's take a closer look at them. Quite beautiful, isn't it? My anemone. So I started some seeds and some of them have already started germinating. I just started these on 2/8. And look at that. My Clara have germinated already. I mean my Clarkia, I'm sorry, have germinated already. Never grown that before. Everything else I've got feverfew, aster, hyssop, coreopsis, a whole bunch of coreopsis as well. Oh, there's some germination on my coreopsis. See the little white stuff? Yeah, okay, already. And my, what is this one here? Oh, my amaranth has germinated. You see the little red? That's all germination. Yay, okay. So everything is doing really well. Guys, I'm gonna have so much potting up to do when these germinate. Let's see, in here we've got basil, so Genevieve basil, sweet basil, dark opal basil. Over here we started some scabiosa and what else? Cinnamon basil, lemon basil in here. I did a major seed starting video. You probably should have seen that already by now. As well, that I started all of these. My other pride and joy is my, oh my god, look at the seedlings, how cute. Okay, I gotta take these trays out so I can show you guys. That's my geranium. Blocks. My, what do you call it? Bok choy. My lobelia. Statice is over here. More geranium. And stalks here and here. Let's take a couple of trays out so I can show you guys. So this is my famine geranium. Beautiful. show you a couple more closer. This one is starting to give color, so you can see the colors on the leaf. Let me pull my coleus back out because I want to show you that again. Beautiful, isn't it? Better look at it. One of my containers of the Rebecca. This is the Indian summer Rebecca. This one is my Maverick apple blossom geranium. This one I'm now starting to see some colors on it. Showing you a couple of bok choy. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my god. Bok choy, that's looking really great too. A little bit on a little close up of our statice and a little bit close up of our lobelia. This is our lobelia that we potted up. And our statice. This is my salvia. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous. So this is what I'm going to go ahead and do. This will hurt some of you guys' feelings. I want this to bush out. So I'm going to go to the top part of it and I'm going to pinch the top of it out. Don't be afraid. It's fine. So now what that's going to happen is encourage it to push out. Instead of one stem, I'll have a bunch of stems on there and it will be fine. So this is how you get thicker, healthier seedlings. Eggplant. This is Black Beauty. More of the ranunculus. My onion seedling. My other tray, what I did was pot up coleus in trays. So, because I had so many, I just pot them up in aluminum trays. Beautiful, isn't it? Oh my goodness, I'll have so many coleus. So what's a beautiful sight is I'll try to see if I can find a picture of it. I did this a couple years ago and the whole thing was filled with coleus. So I'll see if I can find any of those pictures and pop it in. Geranium seedling. We did pot up the root and yay! It's sprouted. And we also potted up a toad lily. And guys, look at this. It sprouted. So the second one had a little bit of an eye, but that was a little bit smaller. So I don't expect that one to sprout so fast. Alright everyone, hopefully that was helpful and you got to see a little bit of what I have in my office area here growing middle of February. Lots of seedlings, a lot of stuff for myself, a lot of stuff for my parents, neighbors, plant sale and so forth. And I do have left to start is all of my tomatoes, my zinnias and my cosmos and marigolds. So that's my next thing, which I'll start those tomatoes hopefully in about a week, zinnia end of February or so. And that should be the end of my seed starting, so to speak. So for care, what I do is I water these. I come down and check on them every day, to be honest. And then if they're dry, I will give them some water. I've been fertilizing instead of every 2 weeks. I've been fertilizing every week. I may reduce that to every 2 weeks. I'm not really sure. We'll see how everything goes on there. I have been the cotyledon leaves, which is the leaves that when it germinates, when those turn yellow, I've been pinching them off because they would just naturally drop off. But everything else, I'm just trucking along here. But yeah, fortunate to have this office so I can restart all of my seedlings indoors. I would love if you can subscribe to the channel. Until next time, everybody, happy gardening. And if you have any questions about seedling care, potting soil, all of that stuff, leave it in the comment section and I will answer as soon as I can. Until next time, happy gardening.